Good morning, guys. Thanks for listening to Coffee with Christ. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button below. Thanks for following me and listening. It's so good. You guys, this is like, I've been doing this now for over 2 years, and it really feels like family. I love it. You know, some of you comment every once in a while. I love it, and I am enjoying it so much. Thank you for listening. Share these with your friends. You know, they're short, they're to the point, and maybe they're one of your friends' flavor, so maybe they can get something out of it. All right, Hebrews 13 today. 13, I want to read, we're going to focus in on verse 9, but I'm going to read 2 verses because I want to give you the whole verse and I want to pull one little thing out of it. So, Hebrews 13:9, or I'm going to start at 8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. One of my favorite verses. I love that. So do not be attracted by strange, new ideas. Your strength comes from God's grace, not from rules about food, which don't help those who follow them. The little part of this that I want to focus on today, really quickly, is your strength comes from God's grace. That jumped, if you hear something, it's my dog. I am still crazy Christmas and can't shut my door. And he's like panting and walking around. And I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. But your strength comes from God's grace. That's what hopped out at me, because so many times we just feel like we're going to give up. We're going to give up. It's overwhelming. Whatever's happening in your life is, I can't do it anymore. Anybody else ever feel like that? Like a picture of literally just like sitting on the end of your bed with your hands on your head, saying, I cannot do it anymore. I'm tired. That you feel tired. You feel overwhelmed. Something has been coming against you over and over and over, trying to wear you down. And this happens to everybody at some point. You know, you feel like giving up. And the encouragement today is your strength to go on is God's grace. Is God's grace. It doesn't have to be your own strength. So when you feel like I can't go on, I'm going to give up, good news is you can, because it's God's grace that's going to keep you going. It's God's grace that can keep you going. So the real question is, when we're sitting there on the end of the bed and we say, oh, I just feel like giving up, I just can't do it anymore. Follow that question, that thought with, is God big enough? Is his grace enough? You know, can he strengthen this hopelessness? And the answer is emphatically yes. I mean, and it sounds so cliche to say, because we all just like take it flippantly, or we've got bumper stickers, or, we've got journals with it written on there that God's grace is enough and all this. And we got songs, but do we know it? Do we know it that God is enough, that he is there with you on the end of your bed, at the end of your rope, when you don't know what you can do, you don't even know that you can keep going on because you want to give up, but it is God's grace is your strength. And that is enough to take a big pause, just a big sigh. You don't have to do it on your own. You can give up and give it to God, because his grace is enough. It is enough in your life. And so your strength comes from God's grace. That is some encouragement. That was encouragement to me. That is encouragement. Whatever you're going through, your strength comes from God's grace. So go and read it. Hebrews 13:9. It's good stuff. As always, I'm praying for you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.